All right, so it's good. Um, is this good? All right, is this good? Yeah, I should turn that preview audio off on my stream just to make sure it's good. So let me just type this in. All right, so that should be good. Yeah, so welcome to this random stream that I was kind of not planning, but I was testing this webcam out a while ago to make sure that it all works with my OBS, and it seems to be working so far. Though I'm trying to figure out how I can make this go into widescreen mode without having to stretch the image like this, because then it would just like crop the image. So let me get that back to formation. Good, it snaps. All right, so yeah, this is what I look like, and I'm just like testing this out because I want to do more of this like webcam thing when it comes to like gaming and such, but I also want to do it for like other projects I have in mind when it comes to revamping this channel. And hopefully my audio is coming in good on this mic, because I made sure I turn off the audio for the webcam, but not for this mic. So yeah, this is what I look like. I look like a bit of a mess right now because I haven't shaved yet. I'm doing that tomorrow because I usually shave like every few days, once every 3 to 4 days. And I like to stay clean shaved, but not every day, because my whiskers do grow back really fast, and my hair is getting long because I usually would get a haircut by this point, but the barbershops are closed because they're considered non-essential business. So until I can get to the barbershop, my hair is pretty much going to be growing out like Sam Winchester from Supernatural, which I actually have to catch up on, by the way, because I'm still at near the end of season 7. I haven't got up to 15 yet, and I know they concluded the series by this point. And if you're hearing that sound outside, there's like guys doing road work. They're basically replacing the old wooden electrical poles with new ones, just like transferring over the wires. So hopefully that's not going to become a huge issue here. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to do some reorganization in my room, because as you can see, if I can get this here, it's not really in the best looking state. And look, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Surprise, surprise. And this is kind of like my work station here. And this is actually a CRT television, which I'm planning to try to do a RGB mod on it when I can trace down what I need to the components I need to install on it, and what kind of connection I would need for RGB. So hopefully that'll all work. If that goes well, then I'll be able to do more of that. And these white patches on the walls, those are drywall compounds that I patched over with on the holes so that I could paint on them over, because I should have done this like months ago, but now I want to do it. But like the drywall masks are nowhere to be found in stores. Whenever they are, they're usually donated to the hospitals. So that's me. Yeah. Forgive me for a minute. So I'm going to try to do some reorganizing, and feel free to say hello and anything like that, and whatever suits your such. And I'll try to do some reorganizing right now. But I want to get a exact measurement on these That should be better. I want to get exact measurements on these skylight windows because they are causing an issue with the lighting in here because as you can see from your perspective, it's getting pretty bright. So let me hold on. I want to try to see this in the chat at the same time. So yeah, I just want to see, and I am a carpenter, which is what I practice at times. So I believe that's 19, and I have two of these, by the way. 19 by, come on. I mean, I got this measurement all right, but I just want to make sure that I was right on that because, all right, that's the closest I'm going to get to the, damn it. Okay. Come on. By, I think, 54 inches? Yeah, I think 54 inches sounds right. So 19 by 54. Okay, 19. Let me increase the gain on that so I can speak well from a distance. Because I don't have one of those, you see the light, how the lighting is affecting this, if I turn on this light, will that improve it? No. No, it won't at all. Because you can see the darkness on this side. Unless if I stand in the way or I turn it like this, then you could see me clear as day. But doing it like this, yeah. So, yeah. And these skylight windows are also becoming a problem because I've been getting a surge of like stink bugs flying in here, and it wasn't until recently that I discovered that they're actually flying through any like open gaps in like walls or something like that, or even that, because these frames need some, like, a lot of repair, and the problem is it costs a lot of money because of the damage. And the reason why I have like a tape like that, I think that's to stop like leakage coming through the any cracks, because there was like a lot of like leakage coming through, and it has done that very well, but it still leaks at one or two places, thus it needs to be repaired. And I don't know whether or not I want to put in the time to do it because I want to try to get a place of my own, like in an apartment or something. So right now I just want to see if I can try to organize everything here as much as I can. Genesis controller, which I used for like testing and such. And let me check it out because it's getting pretty muggy in here. I would turn the AC on, but it's just gonna go over my voice and how I'm speaking. Let me just put this guitar back in here. A guitar which I've had since I can't remember how long it's been since I've got this guitar. Maybe like nearly 10 years now. And my dad got this for me at a flea market in Rieta, that's located in Hubbardston, Massachusetts. And I recently got repairs done to this, which was $150. And when I picked it up, like, they told me it came out much better than they thought it would, because the glue was like lifting up. The last time someone did a job on this, it was crappy because the glue was lifting up from the bridge here, and it needed to be like refined up in the neck and such. So it came out really well. Of course, it's a copy of a Gibson Hummingbird, but it's not a terrible copy as I've been told. So let's put that in here. I just need to get around to get a humidifier because my local music store, they've been lacking on that, mainly because, not because of the coronavirus, mainly because of the tornadoes that happened in the Tennessee area like about a month or two ago. And that's where they get a lot of like very good quality music stuff from, is from Tennessee. And of course you can see how, see how the darkness is, and like as I organize here, I just want to make sure that I'll be able to move things around better when it comes to sanding all this down, so I can paint over it. So these boxes here. I'm gonna get my laundry done because I'm kind of running out of space here. Mainly because of a lot of crap I'm trying to repair here, such as game systems, and as you can see here, this is a NES system. And I keep parts in a box depending on their condition. Well, if it's like systems that could possibly be fixed, I keep in one box. If it's like a bunch of random parts, I just keep in another big bin over here. As you can see right there on top of this, below this TV, which I will be doing an RGB mod on it eventually. And yeah, it's quite a mess in here. I really apologize in advance, but I imagine everyone else these days isn't doing any better with their setups, and I recently heard on the radio driving up to a local diner that there was a news anchor, newsreader guy that actually made a mistake in his webcam setup, that his I think his shorts were showing just below his webcam, like below his waist. And when I went to the diner this morning, they brought up that exact same story, and I was like, oh my god, I just heard about it on the radio. And I was like, it could be worse. It could be like a Russian roulette. No, chat roulette. Anyone remember chat roulette? That was a crazy experience, wasn't it? Enough said. Alright, so this jacket, which hopefully I can get around to. If you want to know what jacket this is a Guess jacket. It's actually really nice. I got this about back in 2016 or 15. No, 2016. I've had this. I think it was my birthday in 2016. I got this jacket in. I've had it since, and the previous jacket I had was from my ex-girlfriend Anna, and once I got this jacket, I pretty much threw the other one out. It wasn't a terrible jacket. I just didn't really like it as much. She was more into fashion, really. Well, I wasn't that much of a fashion person, so she had really good taste, but mine was kind of limited. So if I can hang that. Oh yeah, because my closet is blocked with that box for my PC, so that's another issue. And I still have this robe from this apron from working at Market Basket. I don't know why. I gave up. I quit last year before this whole pandemic started. Mainly because I wasn't getting paid enough or getting enough hours there, because they were hiring too many new people that were about 14 years old. Yes, people like at a place like Demola's Market Basket, you could be as young as 14 and get a job there. And it's crazy, right? So I want to get like a different aerial view of this just so you can see the organization. Yeah, that's my work table. I actually picked up this round table here from Sears during their liquidation sale for about, I think it was $15. It was actually quite a steal. And I do need like a cabinet for all this stuff, aside from like my medical stuff, which is not that much in medical since I only take the one medication. And where's my... Okay. I was wondering why that was a thing. And if you're watching this post stream, hello. And all these boxes from too many years ago. I put these heat shrinks away because I won't be needing them for now. These screws. Oh yeah, these were from the. I got these screws from the. Like this one-shot basketball thing that you see like at carnivals or arcades and such, that I picked up on the side of the flea market for free, and I figure I can fix it up. The problem is the scoreboard is junk, so, and it's nearly 2 decades old, so I gotta get a new one for that. But and if you're curious what that scoreboard looks like, I have it right here. I don't know why I still do. Maybe, mainly because I need it as a reference for what connector I need, which is this kind of a connector here, if it'll focus. Yeah. Yeah, it's like pretty outdated. And I tried to look up what this thing was, and I almost could not find anything until I came across a patent that was filed on this back in like 2001. So, yeah, this needs a new scoreboard. It also needs a new basketball net, and then it'll be good to go. Because I just have it sitting out there outside with a tarp over it, because we've been getting a lot of rain recently. I don't know why my briefs are there. And what's this? Okay. Oh, I know what this is. This is like the cable I need to test like Commodore computers, because I've picked up a few recently. And they're not easy to find in New England, as I've discovered. I've picked up Commodore 64, VIC-20, 128, and 1702 monitor, which I'm actually selling hopefully this week to one of my friends. He's a game collector himself in Massachusetts. And he and I are still trying to fix up the Famicom disk drive that's in the Sharp Twin Famicom. So let me put this cable away. Once I get rid of that monitor, I can put the other TV up there. And I am tempted to keep it, but then I remind myself, if I can succeed in doing a RGB mod on the CRT televisions, I will. There's no need for me to keep that Commodore monitor. And these are Velcro wraps. You can pick these up at Walmart, Staples, or whatever, wherever they sell like electronics, really. And I prefer these over rubber bands, because rubber bands deteriorate within like a few months. And when you find like rubber bands on equipment that's been there storage for like more than 10-20 years, then yeah, there's like no strength to them whatsoever. But these Velcro wraps, they do a lot of good, and they don't like put any nicks to the cables, which is another plus to it. But I know that a lot of people don't like to use Velcro because they prefer rubber bands as convenience, but to each their own, I suppose. So how are we doing? Still one. Let me see about. Why can I not put any tags on it? That's ridiculous. Let me just post this on Instagram. Oh yeah, because it signed me out that I can't. Fine, I'll sign in with my Facebook. No, I can't. I can't remember how to post something on Instagram. That's embarrassing.
So,
I don't know what that was. Something about someone's baby. Oh, no. Getting there. Damn it, can I... I can't remember how to make a post here. That's embarrassing. You know what, I'm just gonna try to share this on a... If it'll give me the option to share on Instagram. I can't? Wow, I am really... I should sit down because I don't want to be in that position. Why can I not post anything? I'm really confused by this. That is really confusing. You know what? Let's try this on Twitter because I'm sorry about the silence here. I'm just trying to... Alright, let's see if he gets this. Because for some reason I can't post a damn thing. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'll have to... See about that later. So, I got this bag, which is a laptop bag. Doesn't even match the one I have, but I still use it sometimes when I need my laptop on the go, which is almost like never. Well, that's like another thing to put in the closet. What does this say? Manage, oh yeah, I can get back here. Okay. Let's see about trying to get some more stuff done if I can. What's in this bag? Nothing. I just pretty much use these plastic bags as like packaging materials. I do have a bag of like packaging peanuts, but I don't want to mess with that. Not right now, at least. Because I'm trying to get some some more stuff sold, mainly because my job is on hold right now because of this whole pandemic thing. I mean, the only options I have for work at that job right now is doing graveyard shifts, which I can't do because I've done graveyard shifts before and I hated it. What's this? Oh, that's the instruction manual for the solder I have here. The soldering iron. So leave that right there for now. I'll leave the screwdriver here for the TV. And that was to use for joint compound for the walls. So, holy water? It's one of those things my grandmother gave me because she's a religious nut. Probably the only time I would need this is if I was facing like some sort of demon or something from Supernatural, but it seems unlikely. That would give Erin a laugh on her face. Oh, this component cables for the PlayStation 2 because I don't like using AV. But hopefully one of these days I want to get like it modded for region-free stuff, so that would be cool. This wire brush. I used this on my truck recently because there was like a bit of some like corrosion around the battery cable. I was also told that like Coca-Cola will work as like a corrosion detergent because it still contains acid. I'm not sure what's wrong with this PS1 here. It might be that this drive doesn't work, and if that's the case, I can always take the controller port off that and use it on the other PS1 that I'm having issues with. Even though the controller port seems to be fine, I can't get any response out of it. So where's that trash bag I put? Okay, right here. Alright. Yeah, and I'm pretty much out of the 99% rubbing alcohol which I can't find in Shaw's anymore because of this pandemic. And my only other option is to either go to Electronic Plus in Littleton, or it's the cable I got from the Commodore lot that this cable doesn't work, or I can go on eBay or something like that to buy them. Yeah, it's like this cable really didn't work. That's why I bought the replacement for the AV cable for the Commodore computer. So I don't know whether or not I want to throw this away. I don't know. I might find some use for it as scrap or something like that. I'm not gonna waste Velcro on it or even a rubber band. I'll just use one of these I can't remember what these twisted plastic things are called right now. Can't remember off the top of my head. What's this paper about? Oh yeah, that's my bank written stuff on it, because basically I would keep like any passwords I have for like websites and just write them on a piece of paper. I don't save them on Google Chrome because I don't like my privacy being compromised just because I have it automatically saved on my computer. I mean, it is convenient, but I prefer not to do that. I wouldn't say I'm paranoid, but I just like to be on the safe side. And I might do streams eventually about doing like random repairs here and such, or maybe even doing now that I think about it, I might consider doing a live stream event on doing repairs on my truck, because there are some like nicks to it that I want to get repaired. It's been there before I owned it, so deoxit. I haven't even used that yet. Good grief. And wires for soldering to jump broken traces. On Atari game, I need that for testing because I need to get that Atari fixed. Even though I put new capacitors in it, I fixed the traces that were broken, yet still not working. I still get a black screen. So let me see if I can put something on top of this just to make sure it's fine. I'm just putting it on top of my thesaurus, just so you can see me more clearly. Even though now it obscures the TV for me for to some degree. Well, these are pins for the 72 pin connectors for the NES, which I'm still trying to get to fix somehow. I don't know why they're not working well for me. I think this one has a pin that I bent up way too much. Yeah, that one's no good. So I'll just throw that away. Just get it on my hair. And let's see. I'm sorry if you can't hear me that clearly, but that's because I don't have all those clip-on mics you would see on a bunch of shows and such, when it comes to like talk shows and such, where these days like they would have the clip-ons for the people, so it would eliminate having the boom mic on top of them, because before all that they would always have it like hanging over them. And I have used those before, like for class when I was in classes back in college. And it's not limited to like game shows, but it also, I mean, not just like TV, like talk shows, but also like game shows and such, where it's really convenient to have those clip-on things. But I don't have one of those yet because they're probably expensive. But anyways, oh, here's a mask. Yeah, $20. You want it? Come get it. All right. So what are these screws about? Oh yeah, these are the screws for the PlayStation 1 that I took apart. Do I need another freaking magnetic petri dish? That's gonna be pretty annoying. Now, why is this battery here? I can't remember why. Was that from the PlayStation 3 I took apart? I don't know. Yeah, I wish the lighting could be much better, but again, these blinds, these windows here are not doing me any favors. But if I were to just do it like this, you would see me quite well. Yep. God, you see, my hair is no good. I need to get it cut. So hopefully that book stays there, standing. And yeah, I need to think about getting a cabinet because I do want to put a lot of these equipment and such in there just so it removes the clutter from the floors. I don't need the tweezers, I mean the pliers for now. Oh, there's that Atari that I was talking about. Like, it's a Telegames version, but it's basically the same thing. Like, I did replace some of the capacitors in here, and I jumped like traces that were broken because someone tried to repair this back in 1985, nearly 4 decades ago, which is quite interesting. And the reason I know that is because they etched their initials into it, and the date, and even the time of day it was at. So that was pretty interesting. But the problem is, the person that did the last time was complete crap at it because there are pins in here that are socketed, but he didn't bother to put the pins in properly. Few of them were like not even in the slot at all. And he only did like one repair, which is like jump a cable. I don't know how he bent the board. And even with all the repairs I did, it's still getting a black screen, so I gotta go back into that again. Possibly today. How are we doing? Still me. Yeah. Oh, I swear, I'll have a better lighting set up eventually. I'll put this in the bin for now. Oh, and this was from the TV that I took apart right there. I got this cleaned up of all the dust and dirt that was in there that was built up. I don't think the TV that I picked up, I don't think it was powered up in like 2 decades or so. Or since, oh God. Yep, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. I knew that would happen. Is that better? Or do I have to hunch down? No, this actually works better. Oh no, I got this backpack here. It's a genuine Swiss made by Swiss Gear by Wenger. I've known that their quality of making backpacks is incredible. Do I have anything that's in here right now? Oh yeah, it's that game I was supposed to test out on that Xbox One S that I was fixing up for Larry, because someone decided to jam a DVD copy of Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail or something like that. Once I got the disc out, the system worked flawlessly, as it should. I was skeptical because that was my first time taking apart an Xbox One. Yep, that was I just want to make this more accessible. Priority flat rate boxes I need when I'm shipping out stuff that I sold on eBay. Oh yeah, here's one of those sheets I need for covering up some furniture here when it comes to sanding the walls down. Though I need more than one of these sheets because it will be quite a job. Speaking of such, let me see if I can try to get that box out of the way of the closet because I want to put some stuff in there. Oh, and this printer is no good. I'm going to throw this out today. Since no ink to it, it's just a piece of crap. We've had it since 2004 or 6. It's just run its course. And plus, when I tried to use it last time, which was a bit recently, there was no ink in it whatsoever. So that was fun. Duster. I don't know why they throw us that. It's absolutely filthy. Shop light that's actually really good that I bought for about $4. And here's that large box that my PC travels in. Yeah. It's a fractal. Oh, that's what it is. That's what my case brand is. Fractal. Alright, so what space do I have to work with here? Not a lot really. I got some stuff here. I don't know why I still have this beat up box of a TurboGrafx 16 when I don't even have the system. And even if I did, I wouldn't even put the system in there because the box is just complete crap. I don't know why I still have it. Mainly because of a placeholder, I suppose. I have a hanger here, that's good, so I'm just going to place this jacket. Let me check to see if there's anything in these pockets that I need. Oh yeah, medical cards for my appointment. If it's still on by the time, if this is still going on. What's in here? Oh, I think I know. Yep, these are the tabs that I use for like at work when it comes to putting up prices. Mainly for like the freezers and dairy items and such. I probably need to look for a better job because I'm not getting much work from there at all. But I'll hold on to them for if I do get some work out of there again. Oh, that's just a menu from one of the Chinese restaurants. One of the few that are brave enough to still be open. Anything else in these pockets? No. So I'll just put it in the closet and save it when I go and get it dry cleaned. And I do have a hoodie with it, but I don't really use it that much. I don't really use it much because I just don't think it fits well with the style. I have it. What just dropped? Oh yeah, that's a coupon from Burger King, which expired a couple months ago. I have it right here, and yeah, I use it when I really need it, but I don't use it. I wish I could put my guitar in the closet, but I can't really do that right now. Yeah, I'm gaining weight here. That's the problem. Because I think the appointment I had before the last one I had, I was told that I gained an additional 30 pounds, which is not good because I need that. If it was good, then I would use that to build up my muscles and such, but I haven't yet. One of the main reasons is because of this room being disorganized every time I try to get something done. And yep, the guys out there are still doing their job. I support them because they're brave enough to be going out there doing their work in spite of all this. I usually like to have these Velcro wraps be a different color when I'm wrapping them up. For example, if I'm wrapping up a black cable, I would use a gray Velcro wrap, but not a black one. But I don't know, that's just nitpicking. I have a Genesis. I'm going to have to put away for now until I get a desoldering gun that I can use to desolder the reset button because that's not working for some bizarre reason. There we go. Oh god. So I'll make sure that doesn't cave in. Damn it. feeling eventually that'll cave in, but that's the setup I'm going to have to deal with for now. I wish I could take my shirt off, but I don't. I have yet to obtain my six-pack back. 64 controller, which is not really much use right now. Well, scratch that. Not any use at the moment. Oh, my back. Okay. So where are we in this lesson? It's still me, huh? I got my back. It's hurting me. It's like my shoulder here. I may have pulled a muscle or something. Ow. I'm gonna get this game away. That's Kingdom Hearts 3 that I did pre-order. I actually haven't played this since like May or June of last year because I've been kind of busy and such. But I really do need to get around to do a Let's Play of it eventually when I get around to completing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. And I gotta sell these Blu-rays. And my shoulder blade in the back here is still hurting. Don't know why. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta get around to this selling Resident Evil 2 on the PS4. Even though I pre-ordered this and I paid more than I should have on the pre-order, I now have it on PC, which I got for like a sale on for $20. But hey, you can't blame me. Last year I didn't even have a custom-built PC like the one I have right now. I have the PlayStation 4, which I haven't really been playing. I haven't really been using the PS4 since I got my PC built. I've been kind of addicted to it. It's kind of a problem, isn't it? Ah, jeez, my soul. Okay, I'm not gonna let that bother me. And these tapes, I gotta figure out whether or not they have anything on it. As soon as I can get that VCR function on that CRT television working again, because every time I try to put in a tape, it gets stuck, and even when it does get into the player, it will often shut the TV off by itself. So I'll get around to fixing that when it comes to doing an RGB mod on that Emerson television, which I have is a 1302, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's 1302. EWC 1302, I believe it is. And the sold is actually really good for retro gaming. I also need to add like a stereo mod to it as well because it just has the video and audio out for it. And it's also going to be tricky because I think the RGB signals I have are digital inputs as opposed to analog, which is much easier to work with, which I don't know why. Like the TVs I've been finding, they've all had digital inputs. I don't know why I keep finding those things. But they do have jungle chips, which is good. Oh yeah, this is the PlayStation 3. I want to okay, so this is our F shield for the PlayStation 1 controller port. Oh yeah, this one is broken because the eject button stock for the faceplate on the Xbox 360 has been broken off. I have a replacement here. Yeah, right there. Question is that USB port door work? No, it's missing the spring, so I can try to get the spring off that and put it in here. That'll be a problem solved there. Meanwhile, oh my god, jeez. once I get this like floor cleared up and vacuum, I'll be able to do more exercise and stretch to the point where I get my 6-pack back. Hopefully. Yeah, it's got the spring I need, so I could just swap it over here. That probably shouldn't be difficult to do. And the switch I will use on one of the 3 CRT televisions I have. I also have the Samsung GX 1395 gaming television, which is made specifically for gaming, which I will do an RGB mod of it someday. Once I do an RGB mod of all 3 televisions, if I can. Again, still. We have books that I will be. One of the reasons why I'm going to be doing an overhaul on my YouTube channel is because I want to get into extravagant book reviewing. Not like the conventional means, as like sitting down with a book in one hand and your hand waving in the other, just talking about it, rambling. No, I want to get more extravagant with it. Kind of similar how people like Kid Icarus, John Tron, and others are reviewing their kind of stuff. Oh yeah, this is for the Intellivision, which, by the way, I should put these 2 screws into that bag so that I don't misplace them, which I do need to get new capacitors for that Intellivision because it does power on, but sometimes it won't power on. It will give me a black screen or be fuzzy and messed up. And, however, when I do get a black screen, whenever I reset it, it boots the game up fine. So I need to get in touch with Luke about that capacitor he's testing out, so I can test out the capacitor for him to let him know how it works. I will be doing a video of it. This rubber band's too big for it. If I have another like one of those twisty things, maybe right there. Yeah. Hey, Wilmer, how you doing, buddy? Just testing this webcam out, buddy. Hope you're doing well in self-isolation, brother. Doing a bit of reorganizing in this room, as you can see, and just talking about random stuff here and there. And this is a 60 gigabyte or 80 gigabyte, yeah, 80 gigabyte drive for the one of the PlayStation 3s I disassembled. Actually, one of the PlayStation 3s I got from one of my friends, Dan, because he's really interested in me like trying to fix up yellow light of death systems permanently, and he gave me a board, like a system to test on to see whether or not I could do delitting, which is removing the heatsink off the chip to give it more what's the word I'm looking for, thermal paste, just so that the fan will be quieter. Because if I still have that board, I want to show you what he gave me, or what I discovered myself. If I could get to it. Do I still have it? Yes, I do. That'll be interesting to show. I swear, I hope my friend will be able to buy that Commodore TV off of me so I can move this small TV back up on that dresser. Because, as I'm about to show you, delitting a chip, delitting a PlayStation 3 is kind of hard to do and pretty costly, because when I took apart the system, this is what I found. Mainly here, if I can get it pointing here, as you can see, there are like it's not really clearly in focus, but you can see these like scratch marks from like a blade or something. That this guy was like really desperate in trying to get this heatsink removed, and it tells me he did not have any clue what he was doing. In fact, he probably didn't have any prior experience doing this before. And I know this is a guy Spawnwade that does these delittings really well, and I've tried so hard to find that tool he used on delitting the system, but every time I find that exact tool, they're too thin and not durable enough to get around like the epoxy and removing the chip. Like this kind of chip would be no problem to delit because you still have these grooves here, openings. So this board is pretty much dead, which is something you really need to avoid. So yeah, that's no good. I don't know why I still have it, but I mainly want to use that because I want to try to test it out with like my heat gun, which I shouldn't be doing because it would potentially damage the board, but I know I can use like a aluminum foil around areas that I don't want heat on, because who is this one on Instagram? He's just started following me on Instagram. How did he know anything? Oh wait, maybe because I haven't posted anything on such a long time. Probably over like nearly 2 years. So what's left? I gotta get rid of this printer. That's junk. I thought I had 2 of these because one of them was from that system that was dead because of the crappy delitting. A disappearing photo or video. What's disappearing? And another one, I tried to extract like a disk drive from one of my boss's PlayStation 3s to put in the other one he has, because the other one he has right now is one that's jailbroken. But the problem is sometimes it will shut off on its own, so I'm thinking it needs new capacitors, which I do have somewhere, but I still need to get around to do testing on that before I could do that, as well as do... Oh, here they are. Right here. In case you're wondering, this is what you need for replacing the capacitors on the motherboard. Because I do have a PS3, a fat PS3, a CECH-A01, which is the one that many people tend to go for because of its reliable backwards compatibility, because it was one of the first ones released for the market, and after that point they just stripped out the backwards compatibility as the revisions went on, to the point where the slim version of the actually some of the later fat models of the PlayStation 3 just outright removed the backwards compatibility for the PS2, but still kept the PS1 backwards compatibility, although it was software, not hardware. Oh, there's the other hard drive. This is a 80 gigabyte? Why can I not spot this number for the life of me? Jesus Christ. Yep, there it is, 80 gigabyte. It took me a while to figure that out. So, that's very neat. So, what else is there left to do? God, I really could use a cabinet to install on like on the wall here or something, or maybe like one of those rollers so I could put all my tools in it. Because the thing is, my family's place here doesn't have a garage. Instead, she wanted an above ground pool, and last year they only used that like once or twice, and the pump is now like damaged. again, surprise. So that's just a lot more money wasted. And for like the longest time, it was damaged because of the 2008 ice storm that happened in New England, and it wasn't repaired until like 2016, 17, I want to say. And that's when we had to get like a new pool line on it. Like that whole like cover for it had to be replaced. And now it's just like just sitting there. I want my mother to sell it so that she could build up more money and possibly invest in a garage, but that's just wishful thinking. Because I could do a whole lot of stuff with the garage. In fact, I'd probably be having this live stream in the garage as opposed to in here, where it's like better lighting as opposed to this, which still costs money. So, and I'm trying to be tight on my very conservative on my budget, right, on my what money I have. Alright, so more books to organize down the line. Oh yeah, that's one of the Atari AC adapters. I'm almost thinking whether or not it's the power supply that could be the issue with that Atari as well, but it seems kind of unlikely. You know, I'm just gonna put all these tool bags on top here for now. Oh, tissues. Oh, nice. Okay. Alright. Monocle. This actually came off like a helping hand tool, which I got from Harbor Freight, which was pretty crappy, and I just pretty much got this salvaged this from it because it's still really useful. So I'll eventually get a better one down the line. And what's this one? Oh yeah, that's when last time I picked up my prescription meds, which up until this point, I've had like the most difficult time trying to pick up my medication, or even try to get a prescription renewal without going to without scheduling an appointment to see my doctor, because I take prescription medication for my ADHD to help me stay focused so I don't get drowsy throughout the day or develop a hunger crave. And what's really frustrating is I can't get as many pills in the prescription that I did years ago. And that's mainly because of like political people saying, oh, well, you need to limit this amount of stuff and you won't get this much. I think it's just greed all around, because it's just really stupid. And I know Erin, she has like similar problems to that. Oh, there's an ant here. How did an ant get here? Get out of here. Oh my god, it's still alive. There we go. Okay. I was expecting a stink bug, but not an ant. Maybe because of the fact I need to vacuum this room. But then again, I'm not the kind of person to leave a lot of to leave junk food on the floor and such. I'm not a savage. But yeah, it's like Erin like has like similar problems because she's bipolar, and it's insane how much medication she takes, because the first time she showed me, it's like more than I took, and I was complaining, and it's actually much more than what my dad takes for these days, mainly for his high blood pressure. And the first thing that came out of my mouth to her was, how the fuck are you still alive taking this much every day? I mean, any other person would probably just give out at that point from a cardiac arrest or something, but no, she's pretty special. And of course, we're on kind of like a hiatus right now. Well, I would say partly because of this pandemic. Partly yes, but there's other things I'll get into one of these days. I just gotta get out of where I'm at right now, because I'm not in a good place in my life. I haven't been in a good place in my life since October 2018, but I'll explain that one of these days. Anyways, And if you're going to be trying to spread rumors, no, I did not cheat on her or anything like that. Okay? It's just other things I can't get into right now. And I don't comment on false any rumors. I just don't really get into that gossip thing. Regardless of how credible their claims are, I just don't believe they could be true unless the person that they're talking about actually does come forward and tells the truth about it. So, yeah, I am playing with my hair too much. I need a freaking haircut. I mean, look at this. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I remember growing out my hair this long or longer, like down to my neck, the bottom of my neck in like high school, and it was pretty irritating because I kept playing with it and such. And of course, I kind of looked pretty charming with that kind of hair, but I just didn't like it. I always prefer short hair. And her said she would kill me if I ever had hair that was as long as Sam Winchester. So I try to maintain it like Dean. I really need to get back into that. I hope it's still on Netflix, along with a bunch of other things. It should be. I don't know why I still have my subscription to Disney Plus when I don't really watch anything on it, because I was watching it with my friend to watch The Mandalorian, but he gave up interest, and I don't know, it's a long story with him. So what else do I need to get out of the way? Alright, this big power supply for the Commodore 128 that I am selling, but I need to get it packaged up well, and it'll probably cost me about $25 to $30 to get well packed, because I can't find a box that will fit those two things right now, unless I go to the packaging store. So I'm just trying to figure out where I can place this. I'll just place it in front of the drawers where I place the cables and controllers and such for now. And hopefully I don't kick them. I'll eventually have to clean out that closet again. Oh yeah, there's more duster pieces for my duster. I don't know how many people will enjoy this post-stream, but it's here, so there you go. I think I could place these boxes on the side of my desk for now. Yeah, that'll do for now. And yeah, maybe as well as these boxes that are already well, this one I gotta get rid of because it's got a lot of water damage from the skylight window. So, along with the printer that's going. I know I have another bottle of 99% rubbing alcohol somewhere. It's like a brand new one, filled to the brim. I don't know where I placed it, but I'll find it. I need a drink. Is there still here? Nope. Bone dry. Thought I heard a stink bug flying around. Yeah, I just use an animal cracker jar for loose change and such. Which, do I have a loose change right now? Yes, I do. A quarter left over from the laundromat. And I have to get hopefully get a new corner desk eventually, because I actually regret paying for the corner desk I have right now. It's not the worst, but it was a pain in the ass trying to assemble it. And it caused me so much rage and anxiety getting this piece of crap set up. Because I was an idiot trying to assemble this from top to bottom, as opposed from bottom to top. That I caught my fingers in this area here at one point that it just like gave me this gash on my finger for like about a few weeks. It was just like so rage inducing. And I'm actually thinking about cutting these parts off because it has scratched up on the walls here and made a couple more dents in the wall, which I had to repaste over. So that was fun. So in hindsight, I actually regret buying that. It was about like $50-$60. But yeah, it's kind of looking pretty good so far. It's not the best, but it's better. I actually put very few things in the closet. What's this board? Oh, whiteboard? Oh yeah, I remember this whiteboard. I kept this around because like I think it was my older brother Manny. He decided at one point to like make a whiteboard and write down all the names of men that were accused of like sexual harassment, and starting from the top was Harvey Weinstein, and from there on he went down on the list saying Kevin Spacey, Louis C.K. I can't remember if Louis C.K. was accused of that. I remember George Takei getting accused. I remember the story of Richard Dreyfuss, Roy Moore, Al Franken, although I don't have much of an opinion on him, and then there's Matt Lauer. Although the list has grown a lot since then, I don't know whether or not I'll add to this. But I thought it was neat to keep around because it's like one of May's like twisted things. I'm surprised it's still here. That the names are still written there. And out of all the names on that board, one of them has been found guilty as a result. And that was, of course, Mr. Weinstein himself. But I'm innocent. But I'm innocent. No, you're not. No, you're not. But, yeah. Take this tool box case here. Where am I going to place this shop light? I mean, I suppose here for now. Why? Yeah, I thought people would be into like seeing other people like reorganize stuff around their houses, because there are people that have streamed on Twitch and such that made a lot of money and views just by spinning one of those like spinners that it was all the hype about. Yeah, you remember those spinners that just like go like spin for an infinite period of time? I've seen streams on that on Twitch, and people have made quite a lot of money and gained a lot of notoriety and views because of that one thing alone. I don't know why. It's so damn stupid. I don't know why people were attracted to that just watching it, but I digress. So, it's a toothbrush I use for washing down like flux on motherboards with rubbing alcohol. And these screws, oh yeah, those are the PS1 screws. And these goggles I need for when I go and sand down the compound, and then I can paint it. I did buy the paint recently, but I can't paint it until I sand it down, which I really need to get around doing so this week, and then I'll show you. There's my contact solution, because I wear contact lenses, which I'm hoping eventually I will get like myself glasses, which I haven't worn since high school. And I wasn't the best when I took care of them, because oftentimes like I would just put them in my case and just put them in my side pocket, and that'd be the end of it. But they would often like the frames would get kind of crushed, and I always prefer the very thin rimmed glasses that weren't thick at all. I wanted to look more intelligent, which I did, and I still do, except being kind of messed up in appearance. But I would just not be the best at taking care of it. So yeah. These are receipts I need to save for Larry. Oh yeah, I still need to put that review in for Popeyes. Pens. I don't know why they're up here. They should be in this jar. Jar? How do you pronounce it? Where's the other petri dish? There it is. That's for the screws, which I'm actually going to put them in a separate bag because these screws are like non-essential right now until I can get a new scoreboard. I can't believe that dropped. Yeah, until I can get a new scoreboard, these screws are doing me no good. If I can find a scoreboard that actually will fit with that connector. So, do I have any extra bags left over? Oh yeah, there's Game Boys I'm hoping to get around to fixing hopefully this weekend, but I'm not sure yet. Do I have any spare bags? Oh, there's one I can use. I can't remember what this one was used for. So I'm hoping to take a trip to Home Depot this week to see if I can find shades for these windows so I can have better lighting. Yep, so where did I put my Sharpie? Oh, here it is. Okay, that's good. I'll just set it aside for another time when I get the new scoreboard, if I can find one. It's probably not the best time trying to refurbish one and try to sell it, given our situation. But I think that might conclude it for now. I'll probably do a few more things around here, but as you can see, it's going along well, but it could be better. Like all that stuff, that's going to be rearranged soon, and I still have that ladder in the back, which I would love to put in a garage, but again, no garage. And it's not cheap building a garage. Maintaining it is no problem, but building one, nah. Okay, so if I could get this back to a better lighting. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this random stream. This was a kind of a random, but it does give me a better idea of like how well this webcam works. It actually works better than I thought it would. And yeah, I need a haircut. Please. I'm not going to cut my own hair. I suck at it. I've tried it. No good. In fact, I can remember a story that even my ex-girlfriend Anna, who is Chinese, she tried to cut my hair one time, and even though I stood still, she was really terrified. It made me wonder whether or not she even cut anyone's hair before. And it was like, it got to the point where she accidentally did like a cut here. It's like, zoom, and like a lot of hair was cut off, and she was like so scared she couldn't even continue forward. And then so we just, that night we went to the one barbershop that was open that night. It was kind of like it was like a ghetto barbershop in Lowell, in downtown Lowell, but those guys are really good, and they knew their stuff. I don't know if they're still around, but I imagine they are. But yeah, thank you for joining, and if you're watching this post stream, thank you for watching this as well, and until then, I will catch you all later.